in Germany?
Austria, Vienna. We're in the same place now. Yeah.
Let him lie on the floor. Because we were in a box anyway.
Oh yeah.
I think he was really tired.
Perked him up a bit. Much in here. But they might decide to go next time.
They did. I have no idea. I mean, there might be. Hello? Hello? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know very much organised. I'm not really sure. This is it.
We've had some music, and I've talked about the subtle system a little bit, and we had just started that film of vision. It would be too long to watch it, so we've just stopped.
You can continue with it later on.
Yes.
I thank you very much, all of you, for coming over for a small meeting that we are going to have. And it's very important for you people who are responsible in life to understand what is the work of Sahaja and how important it is. I mean, now we have people all over the world. It's working in 85 countries. In a country like Benin, we have 20,000 Sojobis. All this is why? Because people are trying to find the truth. They are not satisfied with whatever they know. They want to know what is beyond. And I started this work long time back. I think I worked in England for at least 25 years. But unfortunately, England is nowhere compared to other countries. Even Austria has 10 times more people, Austria and Germany. What's the reason? I think your newspapers are not responsible. They are not at all responsible. Some may be, I'm not saying all of them. But the newspapers that I've seen here, they never come and ask me anything. They never try to find out if there's anything I'm doing that is good for people, which is essential, which has to be worked out. But somehow they take the very negative side. This is the main reason why people are lacking behind in knowing the truth. I'm sorry to say, I've written in my book also that you have to be more responsible. Actually, newspapers are now even more important than any political party or any, I should say, kingdom or anything. They have achieved that power by their sense, by their honesty, by their steadfastness, the sense of honor. I mean, I must say that we got our freedom in India because of newspapers of England. They are the ones who wrote the truth about us. They are the ones who told how atrocities were worked out on India. It's only they who have really helped us. I mean, I can't understand what has happened to today's newspapers as the way are. Especially I am meaning the newspaper that I have seen, which is absolutely nonsensical. It is talking about money. Doesn't talk about what good it has done. Now, I must tell you that I have not taken a single pie in England. Never. It is only when they came to India they had to pay for their stay there. They had to pay also in Italy for their stay there. And whatever remained I used to use. I have used my money for 20 years. Last 10 years since my husband is retired, I am using this money. The houses that I have are all of my money. Imagine these people, they should have come and asked me before doing it. It's criminal to be like that. The problem now in England is that they have developed a great sense of criticism. Just criticize. Now we have critics of the critics in this country. But whom are you criticizing? Nobody is creating anything. Have you got those old writers of England who were respected? Have you got that level of novelist that existed? Is there any person who can write like those great writers? I have read them, and I know I have great respect for them. But where are they? Just the lotuses in a pond who were so great. They are the ones who established democracy. They are the ones who brought such beautiful ideas to the whole world. And what are we doing now? What are we spreading? All kind of malignant stuff. I have never studied English in my school because my father was a freedom fighter and he said, no, you have to go into an Indian school. Afterwards also, I had never studied because I was a medical student. But only reading these things, we Indians still respect because of their intelligence, because of their clear-headedness, and also the justice they had. That's all missing nowadays in the intellectual people. I was surprised to read in this newspaper all nonsensical things given by one boy who is just a teacher. While Sahaja is working in 85 countries, and we have scholars, we have great writers, all kinds of things we have here. And here one boy who is just a teacher somewhere, I'm sure he doesn't do it on his own. How can he afford? There are only 6 people who are working against us. We could have really put them into jail, but we didn't want to. Because they did something very wrong. Sahaja is a very moral society. And if they are immoral, we don't want them there. That's all. That's the freedom we have. That's the independence we have, that we don't want to have immoral people living in Sahaja. What's wrong in that? We believe in morality, and without morality our countries cannot improve. It's very surprising. They had some IQ. I used to think they'll have also some heart, but doesn't seem so. And after that, now there is SQ, the spiritual coefficients, which you can achieve in Sahaja. You don't know what heights you can go to. But having such stupid things by one man coming and telling you something, and how cunning it was that it was just done one before my program. Why are they doing it? What is the advantage? What are people going to gain by that? First time I am saying this. I should have said this much earlier, I think. What is the achievement? Why do we write all those things which are nonsensical, which are false, absolutely false? Why? Is that racialism? What is it? I can't find out. I can't find out the reason why these people are listening to one man who is just a teacher somewhere and writing all falsehood. We can put them in the court, no doubt, but we don't want to. Because it's an open thing. If you want your self-realization, we are here to give you. There's no force on anybody. There's no compulsion on anybody. On the contrary, we are anxious to throw away so many terms. There's a code of conduct, no doubt. We have marriages which are very legal, and at the most 1% fail. We are very loving couples, beautiful children, and a very beautiful society. One has to understand that you don't have that. You have to get to it. What do you have to sacrifice? Nothing. It's absolutely free. My lectures are free. Self-realization is free. Now what else? We should offer them, I think, some tea also free, then it would be better. That's it. I don't know why in England, where we had such great people, right from Shakespeare, think of them. I can't understand. Shakespeare, I call him an avadhuta, means a person who was beyond, he was trying to show all kinds of human enterprises as failures, just to show that, to make them detached. Such a great sage like him was born in this country of yours. But if there are false gurus, that's the best. If somebody tells you lies, it's the best. What is the matter? Where are we going? In a way, it's good that I saw this article. And all falsehood about Hitler, what I have said, I brought the book. What I have said, that you can read it out. It's very interesting to see what I have said it. Can you? तुम दिखा दो. Also, today I saw a very nice article in the magazine they gave Culture, what do we owe to Germans? And Beethoven, because of him and all. Such a beautiful article. Well, who will read that? I think better read it out so that it's clearer. My memory is very good, that's the trouble.
So there was a reference in the recent article in The Independent, which Shimataji is now talking about, to her supposed attitude towards Hitler and towards the Jewish people. So it's just a quotation from the book. Now, to all the critics of Hitler, he looks like an idiotic, foolish and maniacal type of a person. Actually, if you listen to any ego-oriented person or see him, you'll definitely witness the idiocy of his talk or his behaviour very clearly, of course, if you're not ego-oriented yourself. If you are an ego-oriented person, then you will protest against him by saying that he's trying to assert his ego. An egoist can always find the ego of another person very easily, but if you're a person who is afraid and frightened of egoists, you will either accept his value system or accept the tyranny and subjugation of such a tyrant. An evolved soul would witness the babbling of an idiot and may get into enjoyment of humour at this stupid drama. Hitler's ideas impressed none of these two types, but he captured the minds of a third kind, which was innocent, simple, raw, and absolutely immature, the young teenagers whom he groomed for years. For these people, killing became a great natural enjoyment. In the olden days, people used to go to forests to kill animals, especially tigers, and as a result, the tiger became a man-eater or attacked human beings, and this killing had to be accepted. Even when eating the flesh of animals, when sufficient food was not available, was quite justified. Most of the people who went to the forest hunting did it just for the pleasure of killing. This horrible desire can lead to a very dangerous ending. A horrendous war in Germany broke out against the Jews, who had to die in gas chambers because they were very, in inverted commas, they're very greedy and cruel, and had, according to Hitler, killed Christ. There are so many ways by which one could have controlled these greedy people. So it goes on. There's a criticism of Hitler and of Nazism.
I mean, how can I support Hitler? Shows a complete ignorance of truth. How can you write such things in England, which is not a country where all the barbaric people live? And how can you digest such a thing? What has upset me that I have worked the most in England, days together, day in and day out. Now I'm 76 years of age, and I've been working, but really people give up. But compared to these newspapers, in the smaller places, they are very honest, because they wrote about me, how I cured people, how I helped boys and all that. But they have nothing else to write but this, that I take money. I do say I don't take money for self-realization, because it doesn't understand money. Your Kundalini is your mother, she doesn't understand money. How can you take money for her? It's a fact. But if you come to Italy and live there 5 days, you want to do it freely, everything to be freely, is it? Now, we have made hospitals, we have, 1001 thing. I was going to list, है ना? कहाँ? Huh? नहीं ना? He's not brought the list. But, so many things we have made. Orphanage, we have made for prostitute women, for destitute women. So many things we are making on the social level. At least 20 things in India. Then in America, I bought a land, 140 acres of land. Americans are much more sensible, I must tell you. They don't have this kind of a mental attitude that whatever is written is law. No. They will judge it. Otherwise, how will you take the truth? How will you know the truth? My worry is the country which I think is the heart of the universe. I regard it as a great country. While what's happening to the modern people? Where are they going? You should have been leaders actually in Sahaja Yoga. I personally think that way. You are all educated. You are known for your education. And you are known for your understanding. And here what do you find? How are they lured by falsehood? The problem now is another one. Despite doing all this, they will reduce the number of people who can get realization. They will reduce the number of people who would know the truth, who will create a society of peace and joy and love. This is what they are doing. They don't understand their responsibility, and they'll drag the whole country into I don't know. You see, moral sense you should have to understand that what have we been doing so far? And what are we to do? Where our children will go? What will happen to them? They are taken to drugs. In Sahajoga, you just give up drugs. So many. In England itself, there were 7 people who came for all drug addicts, all first class, doing very well, doing very good jobs. Drug addiction we can reduce in no time. In Italy, I might start what should I call, a hospital for drug addicts. Possible in Italy, not in England. Not possible. The English will come there and get there. Can you imagine why this level has come down? If you have read Pickwick Papers, you know how he has described the democracy that time. Is that the same democracy is coming now? For me, England is the same as India. I don't, because there are nice human beings and good human beings. Learn it once. For me, it makes no difference. And it's important that you all should get your self-realization. There are so many English here sitting. How much money have they given me? Ask them. This is a very pivotal point, that on such a small thing like that, the whole country should be destroyed. Why did they come and ask? Every time this one fellow comes up, maybe he's paid by someone. There are hardly 6 people, I know all of them. And I know why they are doing it, because we have thrown them out of Sahajoga. In no other organization people are thrown out, no other organization. Because they are wrong. They are doing wrong things, immoral things. And such people should form such a good group for your newspapers here. The newspapers that used to publish such things about Warren Hastings and all that, and gave us independence, they are the ones. They are the ones who fought for the right, fought for the truth, not afraid of anything. I think the newspaper are at such a pivotal position that they can kill the nation or can save the nation. I can't understand still. What is the purpose? The purpose is to dissuade people. Don't you all want to know the truth about yourself? You don't want to know? Let it be, you're free. If you want to know, you can know. I cannot force. It cannot be forced. It has to be your will, free will. It has to be your will, otherwise it won't work out. If you try to say that, all right, raise my kundalini, I cannot. I cannot. You must have that pure desire to become the spirit. If you don't have, I cannot. Nobody can raise. It's a fact, because other desires are never satiable, as you know. That's the principle of economics. But there's only one desire which is satiable, is that you have to become the spirit. And the you have to become the spirit is said by all the religions and all the saints. I'm not the only one who says. Even if you say Tao or any other such things, they say the same thing, that you have to become yourself You have to know yourself. Know thyself. Now how do you do it? Is it not important to know yourself? If not, all right. But if it is, then try to get it. Now they told me you are all very responsible people, have come here, and all of them have read the newspaper. To me, I can't believe it. Because you are all educated people. You read every day the news and you know the calamities what are following. What's going to happen to this world? Think of it. With hatred, with killings. What is going to happen? What is the destiny of human beings? Yesterday I spoke about that. What is the destiny? Just to make some money, if you put some controversial thing, it's being very irresponsible. This is what they told me, that they want to know about the newspaper and this and that, so I had to tell you. But to be very frank, it's nothing important. We are on the verge of jumping over with the last breakthrough of a revolution, and there is this Kundalini. No credit should be given to me. It's your Kundalini, your pure desire. And if it is awakened, and if you get your realization, then first you feel cool breeze in your hand. Muhammad Sahib has said that at the time of resurrection your hands will speak. And they tell you what centers you are catching. All this knowledge was known to some people, but was never imparted to it, or to very few. Only one guru used to give realization to one person. And whatever you read in Tao seems to be something out of the blue. How can that be? A sage described there is a very different type of person. Now, how to become a sage was not told. Though in the Tao system they have said there's a mysterious female energy within you. Respect the mother. But they didn't say who is this mother, what is this, what is her job. That way I must say, despite all that, that Indians are very much near it. Because the whole culture builds that up. We have also very bad influences of very bad things. But still, those Indians who have come to England are not very near this, I must say. But those who are in India, I don't know why, by changing the clan or whatever it is, very few Indians in Sahaja Yoga, in England. Why? What is the reason? They'll go to some Babaji who will give them a story, but finish in the morning. Why are they not seeking their self-realization? Only in England. Only in England. What's the matter? It's so difficult to understand. We have tried. Sahaja Yogis have tried, they have given up. Why? What's the matter with Indians when they come here? I think they have become very money-oriented, whatever it is. Well, in India also they are money-oriented people. I don't know. According to Indians, the thing that one has to achieve is self-realization. In life, that is the most important. That's their tradition, that's their education. How they are contaminated, I don't know. Surprising. So, what is it that works that way? This is your country and you should be proud of this country. You have given freedom to so many countries. You have done so much of good work. And so many blessings are there upon you. But be careful now. If you miss the point, you will miss it. Yesterday I told what is the destiny of humanity. See, every day wars going on, fighting going on, killing going on, this everywhere racialism or anything else. Under the name of religion, anything. How human beings have become so much perverted, God alone knows. But now the time has come to find your way and help the whole world to come around. You can help the whole world. You can be leaders of the whole world. But what I find, that nobody takes the challenge. Now the positive side of Sahaja Yoga, I did not tell. You get cured, you also get materially all right. When all kinds of things there are. You become a nice person, sweet, balanced, happy, and you give happiness to others. We have marriages, we have children who are beautiful. Our families are beautiful. 1 in a million, of course, they divorce or do anything. It's allowed. Nobody is forced. But we have legal marriages. First, they are married and then they are registered. Not illegal. We will not have. As you have here, we don't have. We don't allow other nonsense like homosexuality, marriage between men, two men and all that is absurd. They all give up. All give up all these habits. That's the best part of it. Once your Kundalini rises, they give up all these bad habits, all these perverted things, which are very shocking and surprising. And they get cured of many diseases. Hospital, they said, you have to pay. I mean, how can you have a hospital, the building I built, but you can't live anywhere free? And for one bed, they charge £4. We have 5 doctors working there. And for a room which is air conditioned, where your family can stay, which has an attached bath and all that, they charge only 12 points. Is it too much? Even in India they charge much more. I mean, we can't go on giving free things. From where are we going to do that? But as they say, cheap, 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 cheap it is. Still, nobody sees the point. The reason is you are lost in the whirlwind of criticism. This is the curse. I don't know why it is the curse in England. Italy, imagine, where Pope lives. We have at least 10 times more or 20 times more people there. How? They are curing people. They are giving realization. They are going in the villages, working it out. But there must be some curse, I must say, that you don't see the point. You have to be satisfied about yourself. You should know that you don't know the truth. This is a very subtle, pure knowledge of a very correct, to the point. Now we have so many doctors, ask them. They have cured people and they have seen how people are cured. And they all have this knowledge what is the problem is. What a person suffers from. I don't know. It's very difficult. I feel sorry. Every time they ask me, Mother, please come. I come. All right. They are so anxious I should come. All right, I come. But every time, last time also we had a meeting like this. How many come out of it? 2 or 3. Only. It's just a function, go to some party or something like that. You have to respect yourself. You have to honor yourself that you are human beings, highest of evolution. And that you have to have your realization. You have to have. Why not? Africans are having. Why can't you have? It's your due. It's your birthright, I say. To take your realization is your birthright. But you must respect yourself. If there's no respect, how can I do it? I'm sorry I had to say this because they told me that they are all more anxious to know about this newspaper. I said, all right. What good this newspaper has done so far? Tell me, what has it done? You don't want to do good to yourself or no? If you want to do it, you are welcome. I'm here. If you don't want to do it, you are free. We are independent people and we understand the value of your independence. Something they screw up, tell you, how can you believe these people? All this comes because maybe they want to make money. I can't say why. Now you are all intelligent, educated people. You think it over. You think it over. What wrong am I doing? All right, you can ask me questions.
So, Shamaji has said that she'll answer any questions you may have.
Yes, please.
All or many of your followers meditate in front of a photograph of you.
What's it say?
He's asking about the photographs, Shamaji, that Sahaja meditate in front of the photograph.
Some possibly regard you as a deity and seem to worship you. Should they regard you as a deity, and do you so regard yourself? And I ask the question as a Christian believer.
The gentleman says that he is a Christian, Shamaji.
I'm also born.
Shamaji was born also in a Christian
Protestant
family.
Christian.
And brought up as a
And I know Christians, where are they? Then
He's asking about the photographs, Shamaji, that Sahaja meditate in front of the photograph and asks whether we consider you to be a divine personality and whether you are a divine personality. He's very direct, gentleman.
It's like confession. It is very difficult to be born in those days and talk about spirituality. Very difficult. But has to be done in these horrible days only. And only I think I was capable. Christ would have been crucified much earlier. But I have sustained myself. Photograph, who has said we should not have? Christ never said that. Did he? It helps. Photograph does help. What can I do? It helps a lot. It has helped so many. All of them will tell you their experiences about the photograph. I didn't allow them, but they found it themselves. And they told me, Mother, your photograph is very helpful. There are so many miracles that every time I get so many letters. So I asked one gentleman, he's a scientist, that you compile them. So after a month he says, Mother, now the letters have come over my head, and here also this side. And I think you better see yourself and tell me which one to write. You see for yourself how it works. It is something, no doubt. There are prophecies about it all over. But to understand it, first to get your realization. Without doubt, you cannot. What is another objection? Have you shown them miraculous photographs?
We showed in the Albert Hall, Swamiji, yesterday, not tonight.
Now what are these miraculous ones? We have not made them, nothing. How do you see those lights? How do you explain? All around me. I have told them now that quanta theory is that. Let some physicists come around. There are two physicists from Russia and one from Brazil. They are writing about it. It's the quantum theory. That will explain. When I said something, anything about it, there are doctors, they can research it and find out. It's the quantum theory. Unless and until you have an open mind, you cannot see things.
For those who didn't see in the Albert Hall, we showed photographs of Sri Mataji where again and again there are interesting distortions of light and energy. So many photographs of her. And there's a particular series where you see her sitting next to a bench on a boat. And one after the other, the photographs come, and slowly everything turns into a flow of energy. And we can assure you we haven't cheated these things. We have no reason to, because Sahaja Yoga is miraculous enough without such things. And it would be very easy to show that we had cheated them. They were not cheated. They are extraordinary images. We don't know what it is, but we feel that the camera picks up energy. And Sri Mataji is suggesting there is work being done by two Russian scientists and one in Brazil on trying to explain how these images occur and exactly what it is.
First of all, one has to know that problems are created by religion. Why? Why should any religion create a problem? Because of our reactions to the truth. And Christianity, because I was born as a Christian, I found out the reason. What is the reason why it has happened? If you come to Sajoga, you will know. Another thing is a myth that Christ made alcohol in that wedding. It's a myth. The myth is that he went there and he made water into alcohol. No. It was grape juice. Now think about it. Can you make any wine spontaneously? It has to rot and rot and rot. And the more it rots is better. It's a fact. I asked somebody about English, why is it? They said, Mother, they drink a lot. The best house in a village is always a pub. You go to any place, you want to find out about somebody, ask in the pub. Better than police station, they'll tell you. This man lives there, this man lives there. Very politely. Drinking is so much here, Bapri Bap. In my book, I've written down a little bit. One of my husband's friend, very good man, he died. So he said, you should come. I said, I would love to come. But he said, must have a full black dress. I don't have full black dress. You have to have a formal dress for the dead body. Can you imagine? I was so upset and I said, I'm not coming. Then he went there and he described the whole thing. When he came back, he was so sick. He said, first they had a lunch before going to the cemetery. Can you imagine? And then they said, now to go for dinner back. Everybody anxious to go to the dinner. Nobody cried or wept or anything. Only thing, you have to wear a black dress. It shows no emotional attachment. Somebody dies, it's so heartfelt. Nobody was so shocked, and he was very upset because his friend had died. They said, what's the matter, are you not well? They couldn't understand. There's no relationship of love. As soon as they die, they will jump to find out who has got what in the property. Our neighbor was there. He died for 1 month. Nobody knew he was dead there. He was alone, poor thing. He was alone, and he was an old man. And nobody knew. Then, I don't know, something, they said this had smell or something like that. And the man who was taking milk to him saw the milk bottles one after another. But he never inquired. He said, I thought he's gone on a holiday. The house was open. See, our feelings are not good. This is a country which I call is the heart of the universe. And also your newspapers circulate all over. In one of my miraculous photographs, they were sitting in the heart of the universe. And heart, just like the doctors draw, heart, many hearts came in. Just imagine. The proof But they are heartless people. No feelings for your own father, for your own mother, for your own people. I can understand Americans who are only 200-year old, this thing, but you are one of the oldest people. Yes, doctor?
Srimati, at the Albert Hall last night, many people experienced a powerful experience. They felt vibrations on their hands, they felt cool air coming from their head. Could you say a word about...
What do you say?
Could you say something about why they seem to ignore this? Why do they not understand that there's something very powerful going on here?
Why?
The doctor says that he is puzzled, Srimati. For example, in the Albert Hall, lots of people have a very powerful experience. They experience cool and everything, but they ignore it as if it never happened. They forget about it. And he doesn't know, he'd like to know why people are so stupid. I think that's what he's saying.
I can ask you the same question. I don't know. They talk of baptism, and for that they'll spend so much money, everything. But they don't realize their own baptism. I don't know where are they lost. And every one of them raised hand. Every one of them. You are a different caliber, doctor. I don't know what to say. I don't know. What should we do to awaken people to reality? What should we do? Now, as this gentleman says, he's a Christian. There are so many Christians. What do? Go to church. The mayor in Kabeda, where I live, he asked me, Mother, what do you do to these people? I said, I do nothing. They are sitting with you for 9 hours. What are you telling them? What are you talking? What's happening? While he says, I go to church, after 15 minutes, I start seeing the watch. And after 30 minutes, I run away. You must get yourself realized. Christ has said, know thyself. That's the criteria. All right? Once you know yourself, you know everything. If you don't know yourself, where are you? I am here to prove about Christ and about all the great incarnations, how they were one, and to give you that spirit which enlightens your mind. That's what you deserve. That's what you should have. Not only reading Bible, but reading yourself. Yes, please.
This is my first time at a Sahaj meeting. My wife has been in Sahaj for 2 years. She's been to Cabela twice, to Dublin, to Belfast. All I can say is that it's done nothing but good for my wife. She's a changed person.
Did you hear, Mum?
No.
The gentleman said that he'd never been to a Sahaja Yoga meeting before. This is the first time he's been here, and his wife has been practicing Sahaja Yoga for the last 2 years,
Acha.
and she's a completely changed person, and he's very happy about that change.
That's why the point. You have to have transformation. There are many who will say this. And you now come to Kabela and see for yourself.
Personal invitation.
Actually, you see, it's rather Spartan to be in Kabela because I bought lots of lands there. But one thing bad about this authority there, they don't give you permission to build. So it's going on and on and on still that permits me to build something for such occasions. Though I have bought one house, but this is little Spartan, but people enjoy. In a camp, they enjoy. India is not that difficult. Italy it is. And the government goes on changing, you see. So one government gives you permission, another says no. But you'll enjoy, come along.
Namaskar. I was reading somewhere that we are not human beings having a spiritual experience, but we are spiritual beings having a human experience. Have you any comments on that?
The gentleman said that he's read that we are not human beings having a spiritual experience, but we're really spiritual beings just having a human experience.
Of course you are. You are not this body, you are not this mind. You are the spirit. That's what you have to be. And once you become the spirit, you know your powers. You become just loving angels. Very good idea.
I follow the Christian faith, and I'd like to ask you what difference you see, if any difference at all, between your beliefs and the way you pronounce them, and the laying on of hands that we experience within the church by the elders, as said in the Gospel of St. James, chapter 5. Perhaps you give us your views on that, please.
Shivamsi, the gentleman says that he also is a Christian, and he asks if there is any difference or what difference there is between Sahaja Yoga and the laying on of hands, which is described in the Gospel of James, for curing and casting out evil and so on.
Well, I haven't seen like that anything happening. I can't criticize.
In Sahaja Yoga?
In Sahaja Yoga, of course. In Sahaja Yoga, so many things happen, I must say. I mean, I myself am surprised when they tell me how people are cured. The other day only, in Italy, there was one fellow who used to play that, what instrument is that? And he, when he came on the stage, you see, they told me, Mother, you have saved his life. I said, how? So his heart was open for operation. And the doctors gave up saying that his aortic vein is missing. And they closed the heart. They said he will die. And he just saw my hand, he says. He slept, he saw my hand. He was in a slumber, I think. And then he opened his eyes, still he saw my hand. And he got cured, completely cured. So many things have happened. Actually, I also don't know my own powers, it has become like that. So many things like that. This is one I'm telling because recently, it happens.
Maharaji, may I ask, being an Indian, how do I get in touch with you in India?
How do I?
Gentleman says that he is Indian and would like to know how he gets in touch with you in India.
Rather difficult. I can't say.
Shimaji travels all the time.
Yeah. But you can take the address of people there. This one at ashram. You can telephone there. Where do you go?
Last time I was in Bombay in January.
Then Bombay, they will tell you.
You were in Colaba at the time, but nobody will give me your telephone number or address. You are not contactable. I needed you very badly. That's why I'm here. Derek knows it. Cut long story short, I come just to see you and have your blessings.
I'm for a short time in Bombay. Mostly I'm in Pune or in Delhi.
I'll find you some.
What is the purpose?
Mataji, being a doctor, I have not slept for the last 10 years.
Oh, I see.
And I was desperate. And you might know this lady by name, Vili Doctor in Bombay. She is one of your disciples. She is helping me, and I tried to get in touch with you. But even she didn't know exactly how to contact you. And it so happened that I joined Sahaj Yoga when I came back in February. Then I've spoken to people like Derek and Colin and all this. I go and attend.
When you give him vibrated kumkum and all that, might work out. You can see him again. He'll tell you. Finished? Should we have realization now? There's one fellow standing there, he is writing something. Who is he?
I've spoken to your organizer from the Daily Mirror. I can speak to you afterwards. It's already arranged.
He's from the Daily Mirror, Shmataji.
Huh?
From the Daily Mirror. A newspaper, the Daily Mirror, Shmataji. And he will speak to you afterwards.
We did talk to you about this gentleman, Shimataji. You know that he's come here.
Ah, nice, you have come. I'm very happy. I hope you all understand your responsibility as newspaper people. Very important. They don't realize what powers they have. They don't realize. Now they are better. But first time in India, we had some people from the newspaper. And they openly told me, do you want one column? So you will have to call us to one restaurant there and give us a nice treat. If you want 2 columns, then you have to give a complete dinner. I was looking at her. I said, sorry. I don't want to have even a word from him. Thank you. But now they have improved. They have improved because some very important people in India are supportive of Sahaja Yoga. Very important. So it has improved. They don't do right on this. I think now better have our realization. It's the best. That's your own. That you should have. Just put your hands towards it. Now, just put your right hand towards me and the left hand you put it on top of the fontanelle bone area. Which is a soft bone when you were a child. So please put your hand there. This is the baptism part I'm talking about. You don't have to do anything. Now see if there is cool or hot breeze coming out of your fontanelle bone area. This is the experience. Don't doubt it, don't doubt. Now put your left hand towards me and put your right hand on top of your fontanelle bone area. Now move your hand and see for yourself. Could be little higher, could be little lower on the sides. If there's a cool or a hot breeze coming out of your hand, your own hand. Now, please put both the hands towards me. Please keep your eyes closed. Some people are having cool breeze under the hand, so you can take it up like this. If you are having now, all those who have felt cool breeze, open your eyes please. Cool breeze or hot breeze on their hands, on the palm, or out of the fontanelle bone area. Please raise both your hands. All of you have got it. All of you. You didn't get it? You have. Don't doubt it. Don't doubt. First of all, don't doubt yourself. See, may God bless you. Now you have to progress. You have to go deeper into. You should understand what it is. And once this is the experience, you will not in any way take to any falsehood. You will enjoy it. You will enjoy this experience. May God bless you all.
So Srimati has asked me to say that there is snacks and drinks for us, which we will be serving now. And there are plenty of people here who practice Sahaja Yoga, so we're hoping that you can follow up on some of those questions and answers with us. And also we can show you how we work with each other if you'd like. We could have a sort of workshop and maybe you can feel more, you can experience more, we can talk to you about your questions and doubts and so on. And Srimati will leave us now. Yes.
What's your name?
Robin Chaudhary. Robin Chaudhary. I met you in 1976 with Khalil Jaswal.
What was it?
I was a doctor. You asked me to continue the diploma of being the musical coach.
Bring it and offer it around and ask Leanne and her friend. Yeah. Drinks and food.
You're all right, actually. I'm totally Protestant.
Jeremy?
You're not silence. All right, then we take it Protestant.
कैसी है
वहाँ पर
मैं कल भी आई थी
उन्होंने कम पैसे दिए पर आए थे
नहीं बात होती लानी मैंने आपको इंट्रोड्यूस कराना था कि मेरे दो दोस्त और वो खुद ही आपकी वीडियो देखी थी ना मैं कह रही थी कि मेरी लानी है
Shimaji asked me also to remind everybody of the follow-up meeting, which will be tomorrow in Holland Park School in Airlie Garden. So we'll give you more information about that later on. But tomorrow at 7:30 there's a follow-up meeting. Refreshments will be brought around now, so please do stay to enjoy them.
मैं आपको दोस्त के लेके आ सकती हूँ James Nami he really needs a little bit of training. Yeah, he really does. Okay, I'll call you first and then I'll bring you back. ठीक है? नाना कैसे हैं? नाना यहाँ पर है? चलो ठीक है. I miss her. I miss her. Take it, not now.
John Glover just arrived.
Yeah. Hello.
स्टेडियम में होगा
He'll answer the question.
क्या नाम आपका?
सबके लिए जाऊँगा, जाके थोड़ा आमंत्रण पत्र देना चाहिए उन लोगों से, चलो आप आओ। एक आया था यशवंत राय देसाई का, सलमान खान ने लाया था, ब्रेक नहीं हुआ, लोगों ऐसे हैं, हाँ आ जाओ, तो वो लोग इसी यहाँ पे आओ, देखो अगर 5 साल को काम में अच्छे लोगों को मिलाया तो अच्छा लगेगा। वही बर्मी कभी बहुत बढ़िया है।